time to get started as ever. This call is going to be completely different from anything that we've done before, guys, because this call, the idea when Simon and I were talking on Wednesday about doing something to help you, what we were thinking about doing is talking to all the people who are serious about building a business, not just learning to trade, but building a business. Now, each and every one of you has got here on time. You knew what time you had to be here. You've made a point to make sure that you're not off out for dinner with friends or doing anything else. You're here to learn how to grow your business. We've got Telegram groups for people who want to trade HFX. We've got Telegram groups for people who want to trade FRX. We've got the Phoenix group, which seems to be it's changed into something completely different from what I originally intended it to be, but it's turned into something for everybody to do anything from have a complaint, say hello and tell everyone they love each other, or anything else. It doesn't seem to serve really great practical purposes. And we've now decided that we created this group. This group is for people who want to build a business. People who want to network. Now you've got a bunch of people. Where's that coming from? Mac.
It's coming from Matt.
We've got a bunch of people who just are here to trade and are happy doing that. And I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm more than happy to encourage that. The more people that we have here to trade, they're paying customers, they put money in all of our pockets. So we love them, we'll help them, and we'll do everything we can. But in the Phoenix group, whenever we put something in about starting to recruit, there's always someone who chips in and says, oh, you're always telling us to recruit, and I didn't come here to do that. Well, fine. If you didn't come here to do that, that's great. We did. That's what this group is now about. We're here to build a team. And we want to be able to help people who are here to build a team. So this is where you guys get all the support that you need without anyone else saying, I don't want to hear about that, and without feeling guilty about talking about building a business. Simon, give me 1 second. I'm going to mute everyone as they come in. You're going to have to unmute yourself in a second as soon as I press this.
I got it.
Okay. Right, you can unmute yourself now, but everyone else who comes in will be muted for the moment. So this is meant to be for you, and it's meant to be supportive, but it's also going to be straight talking. There's not going to be any cuddly stuff with this. There's not going to, we'll laugh and joke because we laugh and joke by our nature. That's what we do, but we're serious about what we're talking about, and we're serious about helping every one of you. As I look at the faces on here, I know how many of you guys are absolutely serious. And I saw the names when I mentioned this the other day, and I saw how many people straight away said, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in. They were the people that I wanted. Now, later on, we've added more people, and Simon being Simon, always wants to give everybody the opportunity, just like he did with Diva. Let's have 80 people on Diva. And Simon's happy to have 80. Honestly, there's no point having 80 people in here because most of them won't want to do it, and they'll complain when we turn around and tell them it. These calls will be recorded, and these calls will be recorded for you guys, for the people who turn up. This is information that you need to know. But if you want it, you're going to have to be here. Sam and I again have talked about this, and we talked about how often we're going to do these. We're not going to pile just another meeting on you just for the sake of it. I hate meetings for the sake of meetings. I did that in the corporate world. When I worked for Mercedes-Benz, the first order of the day when we set a meeting was to plan the next bloody meeting. I'm fed up of meetings for the sake of it. They're here to serve a purpose. So we're only going to do this once a month. It's going to be the first Friday of every month. And it's for you guys, and it's to give you some ideas and give you some help and assistance. And from the next month on, it's going to be about you guys really actively participating in it. It won't be everybody muted. You'll all be having your say. You'll be telling us what you're struggling with. You'll be telling us what you've done that's working and what you're having success with. And hopefully, you'll be introducing your new people that you've brought on in the space of the last month, and they're serious and they want to build as well, because that's what this is all about. So we've got a couple of things that we're going to do tonight, but the first thing that I want to do is I want Simon to talk, because Simon has a prospecting system on WhatsApp, and he's used it for as long as since I came back into network marketing. Simon's used this system.
Yeah, about 2 years.
He has a huge number of people in his phone book, and he has a huge number of prospects. And Simon probably sends out, I would guess, somewhere between 200 and 300 messages a day to his prospects, the prospects that are ongoing. See, everyone seems to think that we'll talk to people and they just give up and join us, and that, you know, other people, you know, I ask someone and they say no. No, people don't join when we first speak to them. Some people, it takes months to get them in. Simon never lets anybody go. Once he's got their number, oh, so you and I was going to say something inappropriate. I won't do that. But you get rid of all sorts of things before you'll get rid of Simon. So his WhatsApp system is dynamite. I'm not going to steal his thunder. You do it. You tell them what your WhatsApp system is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just to show a different aspect, I am the networker's networker. What you need to do, whenever I used to go to an actual live meeting, the way I used to compete against myself is I always used to add up the attendance in the room and add up how many people that I personally sponsored was actually at the event. I'll give you an example. With the amount of people we got on here, 11 of you I personally sponsored. Now, there's no one on this call that will out-sponsor me. Now, that's a hard statement to say. I will tell you now, you never out-sponsor me. Why? Because I live, breathe, and sleep IM Academy. And I just do it permanently. Today, I was prospecting and I've arranged to meet a lady next Wednesday who owns 16 McDonald's franchises, and she's involved in network marketing. And I've been talking to Roger about Instagram, and I reached out to a contact that I've known for about 25 years, and he turned around and said, Simon, I hope you don't mind me putting this lady onto you. She's on the holiday at the moment in Turkey, but she'd like to have a conversation with you. She knows your son Fraser, and she's in network marketing, and she's in some crappy company. And I mean really crappy company. It's a product company and everything else. And I've just had a conversation with her. I just messaged her on Messenger and said, are you on WhatsApp? Here's my WhatsApp number. Give me a WhatsApp. Because I always get people to give me the WhatsApp number. Why? Because then once I've got them for life. So she gave me her WhatsApp number, and I phoned her. And I turned around and said, right, okay, how long have you been involved in the industry? What sort of like are you doing with the industry? What are you looking for and everything else? And do we meet for coffee? Yeah, let's meet for coffee next week. So I'm arranging a coffee with her next week. But that's nothing to do with my WhatsApp system. But one thing you need to understand is I never, ever stop prospecting. Constantly, prospect. And as Roger said, yeah, I've got a WhatsApp system. Now, I have taught a few people about it. We was at the system. Now, one of the people that's actually on this WhatsApp, on this call now, has applied it and has actually had a relevant amount of success. What I will do is, I said to Roger, next Tuesday, I will do the WhatsApp system again. So you're going to get first now, but then we're going to do it on Tuesday again, and I will introduce this individual that's had some success from it. So he's not going to, I'm not going to ask him today, but he will be asked on Tuesday. So what do I do with my WhatsApp? I've got various different groups on my WhatsApp. I've got prospects, I've got good prospects, I've got interested prospects. So what happens? Every single time I get somebody that I'm in communication with, I'll always ask for their WhatsApp number. And I will always put them into one of the groups. And I would drip feed them. Like the one that I did today. Let's see if I did one today. Did I? So I go on to my
Oh, you definitely
did I do one today? Did I do one today?
Yeah. Yeah, to at least 3 different groups.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. It went, oh, as this business is going ballistic, there's $10,000 on the table for anyone looking to take action. So if that's you, let me know, please. And I just sent that to a few people, and I had someone come straight back to me. In actual fact, Roger, I think you might know him. It was the old printer that we used to use. Do you remember the old one?
Yeah.
His name was OC from Manchester.
Yep.
Anyway, so now we've got a new printer, and yeah, I don't use that guy anymore. So there we go. But yeah, so I sent him the details. He said, "What's your link?" I'm thinking, "Oh, great." Now this guy is in business. He's from Nigeria. He lives in Manchester, but he's on the WhatsApp group. So I just blanket sending these people out. Now the other week, I actually went through the WhatsApp group and I went through them individually, and rather than just doing a blanket message, I actually personalized it and said, like, John, you know, we haven't spoken for some time. This is what's on the table. This is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing. Are you open? Have you won the lottery, or are you interested in making a significant income? And I had more results and response from those people than anything else. All you got to do is just craft a message. The benefit with WhatsApp is you suffer no rejection.
Simon frozen for everyone else.
Is because if I've got, let's say, 256 people in the prospect group, and I get one individual that comes at me with like, oh, I think your opportunity is a load of crap. Only I see it. The rest of the group never, ever see it.
Can I just stop you for 1 second? Just so that people get that and understand that. What you're sending to is not a WhatsApp group. It's a WhatsApp broadcast list.
Yeah.
Because if you create a WhatsApp group and you add people into a group, just like the group we've just put you in, everyone can talk back and everyone can see everything that they put in there. What Simon creates is a broadcast list. When the messages come out to them, it looks like a personal message from Simon. They don't know that it's gone to lots of people unless he starts by saying, hi guys, then they know it's gone to lots of people. But because he has it as a broadcast list, it's a personal message that's gone directly to them. But as a broadcast list, they can't just unsubscribe themselves. That's the important thing. Simon, I'll let you carry on.
Okay. So they can't come out that list unless they ask me to take them out. Now, if they do that, do I do it? Yeah, I'll take them out. Why? Because I'm not really interested in pissing people off. So I will take them out. Although they can't be destroying the group. See, what you don't want to do is set up the WhatsApp group and then get someone be a cancer in that group and say, oh, I think this is a load of crap. I'd never want to touch it with a barge pole. And you do not want to see 251 other people seeing that message because it sows the seed of doubt. So always set it up as a WhatsApp, as a broadcast group. That's the crucial deal. So let's just go through that now. So when you go onto your WhatsApp, let's go here, go into broadcast list. So you go onto I've already got mine set up in broadcast lists. But what you do is you set a new group up. So new group.
No, new broadcast list.
Yeah, no, hold on. Oops. So you go into broadcast lists. At the bottom, you've got new lists. When you got new list at the bottom, you click on new lists, and then it comes up and you put all your people in that list. Then you name the list. And then you can just send the messages you want out to those people. But the benefit is with those people, but you need to do not make the mistake of sending out 2 or 3 messages a day. Annoy people, and they will be getting them screaming from the rooftops to say, take me out, take me out, take me out, because they will try to take themselves out like they do with all their other contacts in their other groups, but they won't be able to. So they will be wringing your neck. Now, I've recruited a lot of people. There's a lot of people in this group that have actually come from my WhatsApp group. So that, if you need a system, guys, that system is what you need. Roger and I are going to do with this group. We are going to help you guys rank advance. So we're going to be wanting you guys to be recruiting people and moving up the ladder, whether it's going to be P150 or just getting you to, or P600 or whatever, but we need you to do some action to get to do it. Now, the benefit is when you start to get these people, the benefit we got, and I hope you enjoy that new website, profitfrom.com, where it's so simple that you can just send that to people. Then what you need to do is get the people interested, set up a 3-way call. But do not make the mistake of thinking, oh, well, let's set a time, let's set a day. No, bullshit. Do not do that. When you get someone interested, pounce on them straight away. And do not make the mistake of saying, oh, I don't want to pester people. Bullshit. You do want to pester people. I pester the crap out of people. I banter with people left, right, and center. I either muck them off or muck them in. Real simple. It's like, do I bother? No. Why? Because this is my profession. And when I recruit people, I will always end the sentence and the statement with this. Mary, before I say this, we haven't got any Marys on, have we? Mary, you will quit me before I will ever quit you. This is my career. I don't know if it's yours. Because I know, hand on the heart, I'm never going to stop. After 32 years, I'm going to keep going on and on and on and on. The sad part is, when I prospected people, and I know they've joined one of my other team, which is fine, but I know their upline are no longer active. Their upline are no longer involved. And I feel really sad because those people are left out there. Because guess what? It's not going to happen. They're not going to get any spillover. What a shame. People I sponsor, well, I can't say this, but yeah, people I sponsor will get spillover. Now that I don't want to sponsor you. I'm sponsoring enough people to not worry about you saying, oh, can you sponsor me? No, you're in my team. So what you got to do is you got to put me to work. And the way you put me to work is do 3-way after 3-way after 3-way after 3-way. You guys, you got to wake up. This call, this group is the school of hard knocks. I will bitch slap every single one of you, whether you like it or not. And I don't give a shit. It's like, tough luck. It's like we're either going to do this or we're not. I'm into making a shed load of money. I know a lot of you turn and say, oh yeah, I am. Guess what? You're not. Because you're crap. You're so scared to speak to people, and you're going to come off this call thing, oh bloody hell, it's a bit hard, wasn't it? Yes, I friggin' am. And I'm frustrated with people that can't get off their backside and speak to people. Why can't you speak to people? There's some of you that haven't even got your 2. Why? And I tell you why. because you haven't got belief. You haven't got belief in yourself. You haven't got belief in the system. Crazy. When I got involved with them, Roger got involved, we just went out hell for leather and got a shed load of people. I didn't need belief. I didn't need to turn around and say, oh, I want to see if I get any results from my product first. Bullshit. I knew there's other people that got results. So I didn't need to know that. Now, I'm not going to pick on this person, but I know there's a good friend of mine that's on this call. He's been in the industry nearly as long as me, and he will say himself, he's never been successful. He's never been successful with network marketing, although he's been in the industry for 30 years. And I get on with him so, so well. And the benefit is now he needs to just step up and he needs to really just start speaking to people. But you see, you could be going down the road and you could see a painter and decorator's van. They've got their phone number on the van. Jot their phone number down. Give them a call. Turn around and say, hey, I've just seen your number. You do painting and decorating. Is this your full-time income? Or are you open to any side opportunities, any side hustles? Well, I'm not the owner. No, I'm just a worker. Great, you're the perfect person then. Do you see yourself painting houses for the rest of your life? Are you on WhatsApp? Give me your personal number. I'm going to share something with you that will blow your frigging brains out. Now, you could either do that from seeing people driving a van or going through the phone book, going through magazine adverts. There's so many ways of getting hold of people. Called common sense. The difference is common sense ain't common. But it's like when you get hold of somebody and you see, if I was you, this is what I would say to my prospects. I would turn around and say, hey, Mary, how you doing? You're never going to guess what's come across my desk. I've got involved in this opportunity that's just blown my brains out. I've locked arms with a guy that's been involved in the industry for 32 years. He's made 14 million. And he's turned around and said to me, Mary, go and find your top 3 people. Mary, I thought of you first. Are you open to seeing what I do? What do you think Mary's going to say? To me, this is such common sense. And I could get hold of every single one of you and wring your frigging necks because you just ain't doing it. And why? You're like toes under a bleeding rock. You think, oh, go and speak that. Wake up! Jesus Christ! This is like common sense. Let's just get on with it. I would love it for you guys to get out there and recruit 10 people this week. Say, yeah, I'm going to win one of those 100,000, one of those $10,000 deals. We need somebody in this group to win one of those 10,000s. Wave if you're up for that. Put your cameras on. No one, if you got your camera off, we're going to cut you out this business. We will delete you from the group. Put your camera on. That's it. Camera's on. Do not be frightened. Do not be shy. Your mother wasn't. Okay. Now, the way that I can get a reaction is when you do this. So who's up for recruiting, let's say 2 people this week? Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got 3 people. Okay, well, there we go. So we got a few people. Now, I make no apologies about being hard, because a lot of people will say, okay, we've got good cop, bad cop here. Let's have a bit of good cop. Rog, you can speak. Anyway, I'm done now, Rog. You can, I'll hand it over to you.
Okay, yeah, don't expect good cop. Don't expect good cop. It's time to get serious, guys, really it is. So, I wanted Simon to tell you about that first of all, but we really do want to give you a flavor that this is about doing something. What I want to cover right now, I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to keep this short, but I want to touch on a few things that Joe said yesterday and that Joe and Gabriel said, because a few people misunderstood some of what has been said, and maybe it wasn't put across brilliantly, so I'm going to make sure that we help you as much as we can with that too. So let's just drag this out my way. And we've got a few things that I want to cover that you all need to understand and be clear on. So first of all, let's go through these 7 absolutes. And I'm not going to go into these in detail because you heard them last night. If you didn't hear them last night, there is a video that's up for now, and it's on the Winner's Circle website. I did not put it into the Facebook group because what they were talking about wasn't relevant for the Facebook group, I felt, so it's on the website. So first and foremost, the first thing they say is attend Fast Start training. And I've had people contacting me today saying to me, this 72-hour Fast Start training, I've never heard about that. It's on the Winner's Circle group. Everything is on the Winner's Circle group. I spend hours keeping that website up to date. You go to Winner's Circle group, at the top it says get started. Click on get started, and it tells you first of all which groups you need to join and everything else. Then it gives you a choice of FRX or HFX. Pick your flavor, and there's a different 72-hour fast start for each one. If you like HFX, it will tell you which brokers you need to be looking at. If you like FRX, it will tell you how to download NT4, how to install it, everything else. It's in there. Attend every event. We've already said how many times how important it is. Guys, when it comes to attending every event, I realize that you guys have a social life, but well, hands up, can anyone tell me, can anyone remember the last time I missed an event? Or the last time Simon missed an event? I can tell you exactly when it was because I was in hospital and I just had surgery, and that was the only way I missed it. I was actually drugged and unconscious. That's all that stops me from coming to events. So make sure you do every single event. 4 to 6 presentations a week, part-time minimum. Guys, if that sounds hard, let me explain what a presentation is. A presentation is saying to someone, go to this website, it's called profitfromyourmobile.com, watch the videos, then come back, tell me what you like best. That's your presentation. Get them to watch the video and come back to you. 4 to 6 new contacts a day if you're full-time. That's just going through Facebook and making contacts. And we did a video last week, did two videos in the last fortnight teaching you exactly how to do that. Doesn't take long. Personal development, 10 pages out of a book or 40 minutes of an audio book. Their rules, not mine. I read avidly, and I just like the other guys, I've always got a book at the side of me, and they're good and relevant books. I think there's a lot to be said for that. Have a workout partner, someone who is core. Now that's the American expression to say someone who's core. My expression, someone who is serious about your business. And if your sponsor isn't serious, find someone who is. When I first met Simon, the guy who sponsored me dropped out of the business, and the guy who sponsored him dropped out, and the 14 others in between dropped out. So I worked with Simon. Of the 16 people between Simon and myself, I was thinking about this tonight, and I was thinking, I can't remember most of the names, and I was thinking about this, Simon. I reckon I can remember Wally Bird, for bad reasons. Lenny Brown, because he was funny, yeah. Russell, and then 13 other people. I have no idea. Work with the person that you want to work with, who you feel that you can relate to them and you can do a job, but someone who will support you. If your sponsor drops out, contact your sponsor. If they've dropped out, contact them, go above until you get to Simon or me. We will never, ever drop out. We will always be here to work with you and be here a year from now. I love Gabriel's expression. This isn't get rich quick. This is get wealthy over time. This isn't about, you can't do this in 6 weeks. You have to be here for the long run. 12 months from now, you will be in a completely different place financially. You won't believe the difference if you stick it out. So that's that bit. That was really simple. This bit got more complicated. And it's not complicated, I think it's badly phrased the way it was put across. So first things first, attend a call, you get 1 point. Today is a point. I actually saw Dave put in the Telegram group that Gabriel set up yesterday. Dave got 43 points yesterday, so well done, Dave. Place a trade, 1 point. Do your personal development, 1 point. These are low scoring activities because yes, they will make you some money. Well, a place in the trade will make you some money. Attending a call won't make you any money unless you take action on what we say. Personal development won't make you any money unless you take action on what you learn. Pitching someone, that could make some money. And prospecting someone, and I had a phone call yesterday saying, I don't understand this because those are the same things. They're two different things. I would have put them in a different order if it would be me, but I'm just putting this exactly in the order it was presented to you yesterday. See, to me, prospecting someone is turning around and saying to them exactly what Simon said, just asking them, would they be interested in looking at an opportunity to make a little bit of extra money? Yeah, if I could show you where you can make a serious amount of money in your spare time without selling anything to anyone and without having to leave your home, would you like to know a bit more about it? That's prospecting someone. And you can ask that so easily. You just need to make sure that that rolls off your tongue and it's comfortable. Pitching someone is explaining what it is we do. So explaining that we're trading and explaining a little bit more about the business. To me, pitching someone is sending someone through to the website and actually getting them to look at profit from your mobile. And that explains the business. Showing the plan is something different. And showing the plan, again, we had a discussion about this. Showing the plan isn't something that we've been doing an awful lot with IM, the way Simon and I were used to showing the plan. I'm going to show you that in a minute and show you exactly how it does it. It's not what Joe was talking about yesterday, not just sending someone to the video, but it's showing people how network marketing will work for them. Attend a live event, 3 points. Now, what Joe was talking about with a live event, this training wasn't something that he put together yesterday. This has been something that he's worked for ages. 6 months ago, 7 months ago, we did live events every single week. Every Wednesday, we actually did a Zoom telephone call, but I hosted it from Simon's house. And we would have 5, 10, 20, as many as 30 people around at Simon's house. That's a live event. And when you get people to a live event, we have prospects come round to Simon's house. I'd do the presentation for everyone else around the world, or Brandon would do the presentation, but we'd present the business to people all over the place, and then we'd talk to the people in the room. And if we had 10 prospects in the room, they weren't going home without signing up. The amount of times we just hadn't sat down at my computer. Joe said yesterday, telling someone to go and get people to sign up. We sat people down at my computer and said, just go there, that's the link, right, there you go, sign up. When you finish that, swap places with the next one. Live events are incredibly powerful. We can't do live events right now because of COVID, but when they come back, it's going to come back into itself. Train a new partner properly. By training a new partner properly, you're just going to tell people what we just said on that previous page. It's really simple. Hosting an event yourself. And again, this seems to cause some confusion, but hosting events really simple. Hosting the events is where you're the person talking on the microphone, not me, not Simon, not Brandon, you doing it. Joe turned around yesterday and said, wouldn't it be great if someone took my place hosting next week's call? Already done. Someone else is doing next week's call with Joe, not me. And finally, hosting or attending a live training. And again, it's the same thing. It's a live event where you come across. Again, we used to do them regularly. When COVID's over, we'll do them again. But if you can come to a live training, 4 points. One big tip, if you're coming to a live training, do not come on your own. Bring a prospect with you, because when you walk into a live training event, you bring a prospect in with you and there is 50, 60, 100 people stood there, happy to see each other, happy to see their friends, excited about their business, talking about how wonderful it is. And then they look at you and you tell them how good this business is. As they are looking around the room and talking to all these other people, they're not leaving without joining. Just won't happen. We've never had anyone that turns around and says, I need to go away and think about it. Why do you need to think about it? 60 other people around them that are all doing it, their belief goes through the roof. When you tell them the story on your own, okay, maybe you've got credibility issues. That's why you use a three-way call. Yeah, but when you're surrounded by people, credibility, you've got all the credibility you need. So let's talk about the plan. and how the plan works. This is the way we used to present the plan. This is when Simon and I used to do this, and we did this on a flip chart at Simon's house, drawing circles on a bit of paper. And our plan's really simple. Our plan is all about working in threes. The deal is simple. You go out and you find 3 people. You find 3 people and you become a Platinum 150. Then we teach each of those people to find 3 people. They do that, you become a P600. If they go out and they find 3 each, then they'll each become P150 themselves, and the person that you brought in will become P600. But it'll step through, and you're building all these people on those lines. By the time they've all filled that line up, what's happened is, first of all the people that your friends brought in were all P150s. All your friends are now all P600s, and you're P1000. That's how you get to P1000 really, really quickly. But people don't seem to be doing it right now. There's no emphasis on speed. That first bit to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, in that first, the big squares there. Our last company, I joined network. I came back to that company having been out of network marketing for 17 years, and it took me 11 hours to do that with no contacts to bring across. When I came over to IM, I brought people with me, the same as Simon did. So we can't tell you it was quite that difficult for us when we did it here. But my previous company, 11 hours. 3 is the magic number as far as we're concerned. Do everything in groups of 3s. But let's tell you why 3 is important. And I want to compare, first of all, 2 and 3. Because we seem to have people concentrating on, well, I need to get my 2 because I don't want to pay my subscription. I don't get it. I really don't understand people who think so small as to say, I only want to get my subscription paid for me. Let's see what happens if you do that. If you find 2 people, you're now subscription free, aren't you? Happy days. You go out and they decide they want to do the same thing because they don't want to pay their subscription. So they find 2 each. And you've got 4 people on your second level. Guess what? You now have to pay your subscription. Because the rules are you must have 2 paying customers. Well, your 2 have just gone and got 2 free to themselves, so they're free. So you haven't got any paying customers. You've got to pay again. But you've got 6 people in your team. And if they go out and do it, they're going to have the same problems, and the numbers will keep duplicating. Look at this. I took this through just 6 steps, 6 generations of people. And if you add those up, everybody getting 2, the numbers just duplicate and add up. In total, you've got 126 people there, plus yourself, 127 people in your team. How much are you earning? Absolutely zip. A big fat 0. And you're still paying your subscription. But if you find 1 more person, instead of finding 2, you find 3, early on, the company will pay you $150 every single month. More than that, for every person that you find, they will pay you $25. So 3 people at $25 each, plus your 150 royalties, gives you $225. Your subscription is $197, unless you're on Elite. In that case, you're in profit. Go find 3. 3 makes sense. But when they find 3, now you're on 600. And when they find 3, you're on 1,000. And when they find 3, you're on £2,000, $2,000 a month. And when they find 3, you're on 5,000. And by the time the last lot have got their 3, you're chairman 10. You've got 1,092 people plus yourself, 1,093 people in your team. The difference is, on one side, you went for 2 and got nothing. On the other side, you're getting 10 grand a month. But what's the difference between 126 on one side and 1,092 on the other side? The difference is everyone found 1 person more. Just 1. And that is every single month, plus bonuses. That's 120,000 a year. By the time you actually add the bonuses in it, it turns it into about £120,000, not dollars. So ask yourself, when was the last time you earned £120,000 a year? If you found 3 people in your first month and you taught them to find 3 people in your first month, that's a 6-month plan. And we've got people in our business that did it way faster than that. But if you do it slower, if it takes you 18 months to get there, is it worth it? If in 6 months' time you're only at P2000, would an extra 24 grand a year come in handy? If 12 months down the line you're only P5000, but you've got an extra 60 grand a year, could you live with it? The questions are like no-brainers. That is showing the plan to people, and that's what we need to be showing people. After this call, I will take this PowerPoint, not a PDF, anything else, this PowerPoint, and I'll put this PowerPoint into the group, into I Am Building group. You can use it on PowerPoint, you can use it on Google Sheets, you can use it whatever, you can show this to other people so they've got it. Let's talk about Project 10,000, because Project 10,000 was launched yesterday, and I was surprised, to be honest, to hear that not everybody went off last night's call and on to the next one. A lot of people decided, that's me done for the night now, I've done today's work or whatever. Guys, these calls are really important. Back to what we said, attend every call. Because last night's call was mind-blowingly powerful. Here's the deal. The deal is we're going to bring 100,000 new people into this company before December the 31st. When Simon and I joined the company 12 months ago, there were only 40,000 people in the company last August. We've got 300,000 now, and we're going to have more than 400,000 by the end of the year. Personal target for the incentive, recruit 10 people personally in the next 3 months. That's less than 1 a week. And David Immonitier said, so how are we going to do that? The deal's really simple. Go out and speak to 100 people about I Am Academy. And if only 1 in 10 say yes to you, you'll have your 10 people. Here's something that a lot of people miss. When it comes to talking to other people, Simon said he doesn't understand why people don't talk to other people about the business. I do understand why they don't talk to people. It's fear. You're scared that they're going to say no to you. And there's a really simple way to make sure that no one ever says no to you again. Don't ask anybody. It's a really, really dumb way of doing things. But to be honest with you, the majority of the network marketing industry does it. They just don't talk to people. They join the next company, hoping the next one's going to be better, and the next one's going to be better, and the next one's going to be better, and none of them will be better unless they talk to people. Here's what I was taught when I came into this business. You get paid for collecting no's. If you know that 1 in 10 people that you speak to will say no to you, then everyone that you say that says no to you is 1 step closer to a yes. If you've got to speak to 100 people to recruit 10 in the next 3 months, then by recruiting 10 people, you'd virtually be P600 on your own. But if you're teaching them to do the same thing, you will be rank advancing. And that's what we did with this. The idea was to get people to rank advance. I can see a raised hand. I'm going to ask some questions in a minute just to make sure you've got that. But let me finish this, please, first. So really, we're talking about just 1 person a day. That's all. Just over 1 person a day. We've got 91 days left in this year. So it's 1.1 person. Round it up, speaks to 2, be a devil. Here's how I think you should make it easy for yourself. Most of you guys are really getting into trading now. You've taken on board what the educators have told you. You've got your whiteboard. I want you to get your whiteboard and write 100 on your whiteboard. And as soon as you speak to someone, rub it out and write 99. Speak to the next person, rub it out, 98, 97, 96, 95. Watch that number get smaller in front of your eyes. Because the sooner you get that number down to 0, the faster you'll get your 10 people. It really isn't difficult. You're looking for people to say no to you. You're not looking for people to join. If you're looking for people to join, you put yourself under pressure. When someone says no to you, you're saying, job done. That's what I've done. I've asked the question. That's all I've got to do. All I'm going to do right now is go and speak to some more. So, questions. I've got questions on here. So, Dave. Yeah, Dave Bailey's saying exactly what I was saying. Go for 20 no's a day. Yeah, right. Okay, people are just reading on that. But I did see someone with a hand raised before. I'm looking forward to see who it was. Manas, did you have a question? Unmute yourself if you had a question. Doesn't look like you had a question. Hand was raised. No, he said no, sir. Must have just clicked on to say and said that there was. No problem. Guys, that's it. I don't want to talk for the sake of talking. I want to try to do things that can help right now. Is there any? Yeah. Yeah.
Rog, Dave's got a question. Go on,
Dave. I've got a question. Just going back to the 100,000 members.
Yep.
So basically, you bring 10 people in from now until the end of the year.
Yep.
As soon as you've got your 10, they've got to be live on the account on the 1st of January. Yep. And then you go into a draw, and then that draw gets drawn, and it's just a flat 10 grand.
Yeah,
whoever
you know what I like about it, Dave, more than anything else? These previous prizes that they've had up, with these previous competitions, they've said whoever gets the most. And some of these Americans, I don't know what systems some of these have got. They've got incredible social profiles. They're running ads. They're doing all sorts of things. And they're sponsoring ludicrous numbers of people at crazy rates. And we can't compete. Yeah. But there isn't one person on this call tonight that cannot sponsor 10 people in the next 3 months.
Yeah, it's easy.
So it's a level playing field for every one of us. Sponsor 10 people, your name goes into the hat. Whether we win or not, that's up to the gods. But the thing is, sponsor 10 people and your business has gone forward. And get those 10 people to sponsor people and your business starts going through the roof. It's time for some excitement for us.
No. Yeah, I've got one more question, Roger.
Go ahead.
Just regarding that graph chart, what you put up, where you bring 3 and then 3 and then 3. Obviously, for most of the time, I've been just building 3 legs, just building it down like Simon showed me. But I'm finding now it's much better to actually just help the other guys just get their 3 and do it 3 across. You know what I mean? And just fill them gaps. Is that the best way then?
I personally don't think so. I do exactly what Simon says. When we were with our last company, I joined that company and I've been out of network marketing for a long time. When Simon and I worked together, when we first worked together, it was nice and simple. You sponsor everybody, frontline to you. The pay plan, I was thinking about this yesterday, lifestyles. We had to have, to start off with, we had to have 6 wide and every one of them had to have 6 for us to progress. And then you ended up as global marketing director. Didn't you have to have 20 wide?
No, 18.
18 wide. 18 people on your front line, but then they all had to have ridiculous numbers underneath each and every one of them. You sponsored everybody front line to you. Simon actually sponsored over the space of 10 years. Simon sponsored 500 wide.
500.
This business, you can only sponsor 3 wide. But once you sponsor 3 wide, you start building deep. When I came back to network marketing, the plan was the same as ours. 3, then lots of 3s. So I contacted my first 3 people and I said, right, what you can do is you come on board, guys, and I will put my next 3 people I'll put under you. And I went like 1, 2, 3, and then I put one of them, one of them, one of them, one of them, and then another one, another one, another one, another one. They didn't do sod all. They waited for me to find the people. And when I stopped putting people underneath them, they complained because I wasn't putting more people underneath them. In the meantime, the other people that I was bringing in, they were meant to be just sort of stranded and not helping them. So now I build deep the way Simon says. Build your lines deep. So you sponsor Billy, Mary, and Fred. Then you put someone under each one of them. The next 3 go under the third lot of people, and you drive deep. And that way, you are fair to everybody that you bring in. And it also means when you bring someone in, and you've got a leg that's 10 levels deep, you can phone 10 different people and say, I've just put someone in your team. And 10 different people think, wow, that's someone who's really helping me. You drive deep. What you're doing, Dave, is admirable.
You need to give people.
Yeah, what you're doing is admirable, but first and foremost, you're giving money away. Because every time you sign someone up, you won't get your $25 fast start. They'll get it.
I've made an agreement with my team. They're going to pay me that.
But apart from the $25 fast start, you're just teaching them to be dependent, not independent. You're teaching them that you're going to fish for them.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. So, yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay. Any more questions from anyone? Feel free to unmute yourself. Okay, the next call we do, time we do this call, you say something?
Yeah, they need to get involved and be.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. The next time we do this next call will not be all about me and Simon doing the talking. Because a lot of people, when Joe Gomez said yesterday about me always doing the presentations and everything else, Simon and I have said, and we say repeatedly to each other, we do not want this to be the Simon and Roger show. We do not want it always to be us doing the talking. It's about bringing you guys forward as leaders. We need to have you guys doing the speaking. Now, I've already got someone who's going to host next week's call. And I've already got someone in mind to host the next call the week after that. We're going to speak to each of you and we're going to give you all your turn. Now, there's nothing to say you've got to take it, but it will be good for you to take it. And I know it's nerve-wracking to do it in the first instance. I'll never forget the first time I spoke in front of a team. Simon and I were driving to Birmingham, and one of the guys that I just mentioned before, Lenny, was supposed to be with us, and Lenny normally hosted it with you. And this guy, Lenny, couldn't make the call. And we're halfway to Birmingham, and Simon said, so you'll have to do it then. And I went, pardon? Me? And I thought, I hate doing that. I was a sales manager of a car dealership at the time. I wasn't scared of talking to people, but I hated speaking to a group, even my own sales team in the office. If I had to get 10 lads together and say, shut up and listen, I didn't like doing that. I didn't feel comfortable with it. So speaking to an audience for the first time, it was really uncomfortable. We went into the hotel, all the lights are on. I was a lot younger. I was 30 years younger. And the only thing that was going through my mind is, all those lights are showing how thin my hair's getting. I don't have to worry about that. It's all gone. I've shaved it off. But at the time, I was just bothered about this, freaked out about what people were thinking. You're going to feel the same. You will get, you've got to put yourself out your comfort zone. Simon put me out of my comfort zone. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate that.
Well, that's because 32 years ago, when I joined network marketing and I went to Chester to my first event, and I stood at the room, my sponsor was at the front. He said, okay, welcome to the Lerone Business Opportunity, and please give a warm hand for your speaker, Simon Brooks. I went, for God's sake. And I had to go up there and I made an absolute pig's ear of what I had to do. And then when I went back to the back of the room, sat down, and he professionally plugged it. And he said, well, when you do this, you got this, you got this. And I thought, whew, he didn't say, oh, Simon's a bit of a dickhead. You know, he didn't mean that. He meant this. Funny enough, that was 32 years ago. And going back 3 months ago, I sponsored him into I Am Academy. He lives in Perth.
Yeah.
Good old Neil Williams.
Yep.
Funny how
So
they was turned.
Anyway, we need some of you guys going slightly out of your comfort zone, but honestly, guys, the rewards are worth it. There is no reason why there isn't anyone on this call can become a chairman. Anyone at all. But you have to believe it. You absolutely must believe it. And once you believe it, then you've got to do something about it. The good news is that unlike any other business I've ever been in, you don't have to do it on your own. You've got people with lots and lots of experience, not just Simon, not just me. Brandon Boyd, Joe Gomez, even Gabriel will help, and Gabriel's not even in the same leg, he's in a different leg. We've got people that will help you. There are people on this call that I know will make it. There are a lot of other people who I know can make it, but I don't know whether they want it enough. Only you know that. That's it. Simon, I've rabbited on for an hour now.
Here's another question that I've got.
Sean, feel free.
The pitch someone and prospect someone, I'm still not quite clear on that.
Okay, prospecting is literally just piquing someone's interest. Pitching someone is actually showing them the presentation. So showing them, get them to go to Profit From Your Mobile so they actually see the presentation and they understand what we're talking about, that we're into trading, what they can make.
Right.
But prospecting someone is just piquing their interest, and the object of piquing their interest more than anything else is to get a phone number so you can follow them up. Because Joe said it yesterday, Simon said it 1 billion times, the fortune is in the follow-up.
Right, so pitching someone's showing the plan.
Showing the plans is one step further. Pitching people is showing them the video, so that'll explain the business. It'll explain who I Am Academy is. Actually showing them the plan, that's explaining the back end of the business. I Am seems to leave that out, but to be honest with you, that's what excites me about the business. That's what excites Simon about the business. The idea of residual income that's risk-free. You know, you can lose trades. You can't lose building a team.
Right, so showing the plan's the compensation plan. Right,
yeah.
Cool.
And as far as building that's concerned, you know, if you trade and make some money today, no matter how good your trades are today, you make some money today, you make it once. You build your team, you make it month in, month out, month in, month out. It just keeps coming. Simon and I have both said, we're getting old now. This is our pension.
Everybody, this is the way I looked at it, going back many years ago. I thought to myself, I personally have the power to offer everybody that I see, everybody I speak to, the opportunity of making an income without the crap of employment. So I don't want staff. So you don't have to have staff. But you've got the power, everybody on this Zoom has got the power to employ someone without the crap of actually employing them. Show them the opportunity. Share the dream, build a team. Share the dream, build a team. So simple, but I treat it with a lot of fun. And I have a lot of fun with it. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it.
I think there is a danger at times that you see the pair of us laughing and messing about so much that some of you guys think we're not. We are serious businessmen. And guys, our businesses turn over more than the majority of this. You walk around your town and you look at the businesses around your town. Our businesses turn over more per month than many of the local businesses you've got. And as our teams get bigger and bigger, we'll be turning over more than many of the big businesses around your town. You know, if you look at how big a team Jason Brown has got, his business will turn over more money per month than the Mercedes garages that I used to work for, that are selling products at $150,000, £150,000 a pop. But we'll still turn over more money with an army of people. And we give an equal opportunity for absolutely everyone. And it's an absolute given. You hear these top guys saying it, but it is an absolute fact that the top earner in IM Academy has still not arrived yet. There will be someone who will come into this business. You could sponsor them tomorrow, but someone will come into this business who will set this on fire and outrank them all.
Can I ask a question to everybody? Put your hand over the camera if you're going to be sponsoring somebody next week or within 7 days. Put your hand over your camera if you're going to sponsor somebody next 7 days. Okay. Every single one of you should be covering the camera. Because if you're not, it means you've got no belief and you got no system, you got nothing. The way to make money in this business is to sponsor people. Sponsor people. The product will never, ever go away. Will always be here. So, you know, I mean, I can't remember if I've ever told you, but my worst fear in network marketing has always been going to an opportunity meeting or whatever. Obviously, it's not a physical meeting, but going to a convention and seeing somebody on the Zoom and me thinking, shit, they're one of my best friends. Oh my God, that's my worst fear. So that's why I go to speak to everybody. I never ever want to happen. So yeah, we got to just go out there, guys, and we just got to, every time you see somebody, you hear of somebody in your contact list or whatever, think to offer them the opportunity. Think opportunity, 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 opportunity. We've got the best company. We got the #1 company. Let's put it out there. Let's speak to people about it. Let's not procrastinate. Let's not be a toad under the block. Let's just go out there and share with people. Just get some excitement in yourself. You know,
if you're nervous about asking the question, just start the question off by saying, it's okay to say no, but, and then ask the question. It's okay to say no, but if I could show you a way you could make some extra money working from home without having to leave the house, would you like to know what it is? You've just taken the pressure off. It's okay for them to say no, and it's okay for you to hear no. Katie, you trying to get my attention? Do you want to unmute yourself?
Hola. So, this WhatsApp group, Simon. So it's a broadcast group we need to set up. List, sorry. So every prospect then that we're talking to now needs to be added to this broadcast list.
You need to make sure. You need to make sure that they have your number in their phone. That's why I tell you, when I added you guys to the Diva list and everything else, that's why I tell you, you have to have my number in your phone, because if you don't have my number in your phone, then when I send it out, you won't receive it. So if your prospect hasn't got your number saved, you can send them all day long, but they're not getting them.
Right.
And those lists are restricted to 256 people. So you want to know that they are actually getting it. Because otherwise what you do, when you end up with, Simon has about 3 different lists on the go now. I know he's got 3 different lists because he's got me in all of them. Every time he sends one out, I get from all of them. So I know he's getting his messages. That's why I know how hard he prospects, because he's speaking to hundreds of people a day. But it's a supremely really powerful and simple way of talking to as many people as you can.
Okay, so I need to go to my prospects and tell them to get my bloody number in the phone, and I'm going to add them to a broadcast group.
Don't tell them that. Just turn around and say you need to.
No,
If I'm
don't
going to
tell
send
them.
you a message, if I'm going to send you a message, you need to make sure you've got my number in your phone so that you know the message is coming from me. That's it.
Prospecting people, you need to think up of different ways. Okay, I'm going to speak to Katie because she's unmuted. Katie, just give me the first name of one of your friends.
Rachel.
Rachel. So this is what, if I was Katie, this is what I would say to Rachel. Rachel, I wonder if you can do me a favor. Do you know anybody personally that lives in America? What's Rachel going to say?
No.
Rachel, why? Why? I'm involved in a business and it's going ballistic in America, and I'm just after people that would like to make some significant income in that area. If you know anybody, I'd really appreciate their details. Cost you nothing. Cost you. Mary, I tell you what, do you know anybody that lives in Germany? Why? My business is launching in Germany, it's going ballistic. And I'm in a position that I can help people in Germany make a significant income. If you know anyone you can pass my way, I'd be really, really grateful. In actual fact, rather than you passing them to me, let me show you and tell you what it's all about. Does that sound fair? You always get a yes. Then you just send her the link, profitfromyourmobile.com. Then get her opinion. I will send this to you as long as you give me your opinion afterwards. But you can think of loads and loads and loads of different excuses to be speaking to people. But I like to be thinking of it. Don't do one or two, do 1 or 200. Sorry, Katie, was you going to say something?
She said thank you.
All right, okay. You're welcome.
Okay.
Any other questions from anyone?
No.
Any other questions? No, you're good.
Like it. Can't see anyone.
Katie's waving.
Katie's waving again. Unmute yourself.
Katie's waving. Unmute yourself,
Oh, yeah.
Katie.
Sorry, guys, just another one. So I've had like 3 people say to me that they really want to sign up, but Christmas is coming up and they've got presents to buy for kids and all that shit. So, like, what do you actually, like, what do you say to that?
How are they going to pay for it?
You what?
How are they going to pay for the presents?
Because they're saving the wages.
I would quite easily turn around and say, exactly, that's the main reason why you need to take a look at this opportunity. What about if I could show you an opportunity that would pay for your Christmas? Does that sound fair? Oh, wow. You mean if you want to make
If you got someone to P1000, if you got someone to P1000 between now and Christmas, would that help their Christmas?
Yeah, gotcha.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Someone says, I've got Christmas coming up, just as Simon said, that's why you need it. And whatever the reason whatever the reason is that they say they can't afford it, that's the reason why they need it. I can't afford it because my car's just broke down. Well, you need a decent car, mates. Yeah? You know, let me show you how you can buy a decent car.
I tell you what, let's play a game. Who's into playing games?
Oh, me, I like games.
Okay, right. We're going to have a few minutes with how to handle objections. I know we could do this in a total separate thing, but let's say if anyone's got the worst objection, they think to themselves, friggin' hell, I don't know I've never known how to answer that objection. Ask it now. This is the time to ask it now. You have to mute yourself to ask it. Are you telling me none of you have got an objection that you had that you You can answer every objection. Then why aren't you recruiting 10 people a week?
Sorry, me again. My main ones are money, which you obviously have answered, and time. Like people said to me, "Oh, it's time. My husband just got this new job, and it's not right time and that."
Let me tell you how I handle time. And those two objections that you just said, money and time, are the two biggest objections people get. If someone says to me, well, let's role play, Katie. Okay, let's say you're one of my prospects and I just said to you about the opportunity and you've just given me the objection, I haven't got time. Go on, say you haven't got time.
Oh, sorry, mate, I ain't got time. My husband's just started a new job and I've got kids and it's just fitting it in with my job and everything, so it's just not the right time at the minute.
Right, I understand what you're saying. Can I ask you a question? If you haven't got time, how much time have you got?
I ain't got hardly any time at all at the minute. I'm just mega busy.
So could I ask you this question? Would you say that you've got 60 seconds a day?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's got 60 seconds a day. That's going to be 7 minutes a week. That's going to be half an hour a month. If I could show you a way that you could be making £200, £300 or £400 a month with spending 30 minutes a month, create your interest?
Yeah, definitely.
So do it in bites, 30 seconds a day. If somebody says, oh, I haven't got 30 seconds a day, I'm thinking, really? Really? You've not got 30 seconds a day? Okay, I will see you later. Bye-bye. You know, they're having a giraffe, an absolute giraffe. Any other objections? Any other objections?
That's another one that's not going in Facebook then, isn't it?
Simon, just another one. Can you hear me?
That sounds like Sab's voice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh, right. Isaac.
Yeah. The other one is I need to think about it, or I need to talk to the wife.
Okay. Now, when you say you need to think about it, is that because I haven't answered or I haven't explained the whole opportunity in detail?
It could be, but you know, they've looked at it, and I said, well, you know, is it something that would work for you? Well, I'm not sure yet, but we need to think about it.
Okay, so obviously, if you've got to think about it, there must be something I haven't quite explained enough to you.
Well,
you told me when I originally spoke to you that you wanted to make around 500 to 1,000 a month extra. Is that right?
Well, this wasn't one of those.
No. Sab, answer is if it's you asking the question.
Oh, okay.
This is role play, Sab. This is role.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
yes,
Sab,
that's
told
true,
me that you wanted to make 500 to 1,000 a month. Is that right?
Right. That's right.
So if I could show you a way of doing that, would you be open to it? Could we really impress your wife by doing that? Then you turn around and saying to her, when you've taken her out for a nice meal, I've got this all from a new business that I started. Does that sound fair?
Sounds fair. Yeah.
The way to answer it, Sab, is to ask them, is there anything that I haven't covered yet? What is it that you need to think about? What haven't I told you?
Okay.
Right at the moment, if they just say they need to think about it, you haven't got the full story out of them. There's something missing.
Yeah, of course.
So you just have to ask the question and find out what it is.
Of course. Okay. Thank you.
Any of those guys?
I've got one.
Yeah.
I had a guy that said to me that his missus, they've got a baby on the way. He had a bit of savings, but he was a bit cautious. He didn't want to mess things up and end up blasting savings when they've got a baby to provide for that's coming in coming months.
I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But let me tell you what I found. If I had a situation where I knew that I couldn't waste the money, I knew that I couldn't lose the money, but I could find an opportunity that I could make 10 times that amount of money, would you be open to that? And if you've got a young family, a baby, surely you want the best for your family. So if I could show you a route to get that, otherwise you have to be stuck in your job, which you told me that's never going to get you to where you want to go. I can show you an opportunity that I can help you structure a system that can get you to where you want to go. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, sounds brilliant.
You always want to go down the avenue of saying, yeah, get a yeah. Always get a yeah. I go for the close. Always go for the close. I don't want to say, you know, we don't get paid for TIO. I want to think it over. Don't get paid for that. We only get paid for a yes or a no. And I would rather someone say no rather than say, oh, I want to think about it. Really? Okay. That's your choice.
Yeah, definitely. Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other questions, guys? Any other objections?
Genevieve, unmute yourself,
Yes.
Genevieve.
Unmute yourself. It's a button
All right, you're
on your
unmuted.
computer.
It's all
in
right.
the bottom
I've done it.
left.
I've done it.
Okay, speak. Speak.
You're really faint, Genevieve. You're going to have to get
Okay,
closer
I
to your
can't hear it.
microphone. I know your microphone's terrible.
I'm going to give you a solution. Buy a new computer.
I gave you that solution. She's muted herself again. You're muted again now, Genevieve. Right.
If Jennifer could write her question in the chat, that would be great.
Genevieve, try and type your question. Let's see. Type the question. Okay, we'll wait for Genevieve's question. Does anyone else have a question whilst we wait for Genevieve's?
Yeah, I've got one, Roger.
Yeah, Gary.
Yeah, if obviously you're sort of new or you haven't got under recruiting yet or get started recruiting yet, what's the best way to approach? Because obviously we're talking about offering people or really got anything off the ground in terms of you're new to the business or you can just started the recruiting process. What would be the best approach to sort of go to, you know, your warm market and cold market really with the offer?
I think you're actually in the best place, because if you're brand new, you can turn around and say to your friends, I've just got started with something that I think is really good, but can you do me a favor? I'd love your opinion. Have a look at this and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And it's just a really simple response, but it takes all the pressure off you to just turn around and say, look, I'm really new to this. I'd love your opinion. People love to give their opinion. People give their opinion when you don't want it.
Yeah.
So people love to give their opinions. If they turn around and say it's a load of crap, you just say, okay, well, okay, I understand. I hear what you're saying, but I'd like you to hear it the way I heard it and then get someone on a three-way call.
Yeah. Okay.
Does everybody understand about doing three-way calls? Don't book. You do not need to book a three-way call. You can only do a three-way call on WhatsApp. Telephone can't do it. You need to get the person's WhatsApp number and then you three-way straight away. So let's say if you've got Mary on the line, you say, right, Mary, hold on, I've just got another call. No, you haven't. Mary's listened to the Profit from Your Mobile or from the webinar, whichever one. You just then three-way to either Roger or me or your sponsor or whoever you feel comfortable with who wants to do a three-way and say, oh, Simon, can I introduce you to a friend of mine? This is Mary. Mary, this is Simon. This is a business partner of mine that I was telling you about earlier. You now go stum and I will just take over and I will tell Mary my story and I will then go for the close. But I will always go for the close on the basis of, okay, this is what I would say, Mary. if this business is a fit for you, I would not join this business unless Jane said that she would put you at the top of her organisation. I've done this close many times with a lot of users on here, and these people have joined your business, and it seems to work so well. But it only works well if you get people on a three-way. So go for that three-way. I saw a question.
Questions from Genevieve.
Come up there from Genevieve.
Yeah, the questions from Genevieve. And what it says is, what do you reply to prospects when they ask how they'll get the 500 a month to which you're referring, through trading or through the business? I found several prospects who found that trading is rather complicated and it takes more than 1 month to earn the 500. You're absolutely right, Genevieve. It can do. You know, we don't tell anyone that they can make 500 in their first month trading, because it's a reckless thing to do. It's a promise you can't deliver on. But if they follow what we say, if they do the actions that we tell them to do and we'll help them to do it, I don't see why anyone can't make $600 in their first month. If you do what we say. The reason people don't do it is because they don't follow the steps that we give them. That's the only reason for it. Would you say anything different to that, Simon?
No, I'd say exactly that. I mean, every single one that's on this Zoom now should be able to get 12 people in their first 1 or 2 weeks. You can either do it the easy way or the hard way. The easy way is for you to go and get your 12 people personally. The hard way is to get 3 and hope the 3 get 3. You can't tell if those people are going to do what you're going to do. So it's easier for you to just go wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Let's just go out and get 12 people.
Okay, so Genevieve's just asked, am I talking about steps in trading or business side of it? The trading side, I can't guarantee. The markets deliver what the markets deliver. But when it comes to building a business, if you talk to enough people, I'll guarantee a result for you. You talk to people, you get people talking to me, you get people talking to Simon, we will flat out guarantee a result. And people tell us that we shouldn't say things like guarantee. Tell you now, go through the numbers, do the numbers. We'll guarantee it, won't we?
Yep.
I mean, just straight above your answer, Genevieve, Dave Bailey said he reached P600 in 27 days when he first started.
Exactly.
I mean, there are people that reach P600
Before we move off, let me just tell a story about Dave Bailey. Dave Bailey won't mind me saying this, but when he first joined, he didn't want to touch trading. He only wanted to recruit, and that's what he did. And that's why he went P600 straight away. I thought, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I wish everybody did that.
Well, the same thing with our previous company. Our previous company was a Forex company, and it was trading. And when Simon said to me trading, I said, nope.
Yeah.
And I did not want to know about trading. Jamie Booth will tell you how many times he's heard me say, I am not a Forex trader, I'm a networker. And I got in the business to network and build a team. And that's what I did. 11 hours to do it. And I built and I continued to build. We came to this company, I continued to build. The only reason I got into trading with this company was because when we first got started, we found it was information overload. And one day, Simon and I, we were doing a meeting at Simon's house, and Simon said, how's your trading going? And I went, it's so-so. It's like I win some, I lose some. I'm not excited about it. And Simon said, no, I'm the same. Let's start working together. And we started to talk about working together and comparing trades. And that's when we started working together and getting results. And that's when we formed a winner circle. And we are 4 weeks away, Simon, 5 weeks. 5 weeks from away from being a year since we started the winner circle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Jamie says no Darth Vader helps as well. That's an insider joke from our previous company. So,
another question, Roger?
Yeah,
Or,
Gary, go ahead.
I know the answer to it, but really, it's just really what the ratio would be. Would it be better to be obviously making direct phone calls or going through things like WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger? And do you sort of have any sort of, I don't know, percentage strike rates, you know, across the two? I'm assuming that the talking to people always works much better than just
talking to people always works better. Simon will absolutely categorically swears by it. Hates texting. Talk to people. So do I. Maybe because we're older, we're of a generation that talks to people. So, but I believe that speaking to people works.
You cannot read tonality.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing with a text message. You put a message in, and someone responds, and you respond, and they respond. When you have a conversation, you say something and I just, I didn't realize, and we go off in a tangent. The conversation goes all over the place.
Yeah.
And you find things out about people. They say something, you go, that's interesting, and you ask them a different question. You wouldn't have got that information on a text message.
Yeah.
A telephone call is far more powerful. It's far more personal, and it helps you to make friends. And it's really weird because you listen to a voice, and you just, even if you don't see someone, if we're not doing a Zoom, you listen to the voice and you think, well, that sounds like someone I really quite like the sound of. Yeah. And natural prejudices come in then. Yeah. You get someone with an accent that you hate and you go, oh, I don't like that. I can't help natural prejudices, but it's much more personal on the telephone, way more powerful. In terms of strike rate just comes from practice. The more you speak to, the better you get. I always used to tell salespeople, 2 seconds, Sam, and I'll be with you.
Okay. All right.
I always used to tell salespeople who worked for me that we expected 1 in 3. Really, if you're talking to people, you should be able to get 1 in 3. The numbers that they were talking about yesterday on using social media, they were talking about getting 1 in 10. Mm-hmm. If I were talking to 10 people, I'd expect to sponsor a lot more than 1 person out of 10 people. But if you're looking at talking to people face to face, even if you're relatively inexperienced, you should be able to get 1 in 5. And the more people that you speak to, you'll get better. You listen to Simon will tell you he'll get 9.5 out of 10. That half's real messy. But
they look very ugly. They look very ugly.
Thank you.
Sab, you had another question.
Just a question. I was on a networking call yesterday.
Yep.
Where there's about, I don't know, a dozen or more, 16 people on it. And I did a very short presentation as to the potential.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of people interested, but then they said, well, send it to us. Now I've been loath to send it out to the group as just a general thing. Would you advise send the link out to everybody? Because I thought I'd like to speak to them individually, but it looks like they're quite protective of the group.
Well, send it to them individually. If you can send it to them individually, if someone says send it to us, then do that. If nothing else, then you're going. If you can't send it to the individuals in the group, then you've got absolutely nothing to lose by sending them to profit from your mobile. Yeah.
So because everybody will see it, but then it's like one of those groups where everybody sees everybody's comments. You see.
Okay. I'd be replying to the comments and seeing if there's any way you can get personal messages to the comments.
Right.
But
so you have no problem.
If there is nothing else that you can do, well, then you've got nothing else to lose, have you? Because
absolutely.
You've already lost. You know, if you don't do it, you've lost.
I would send a generic message to the group.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know if there's anybody in this group that are open to earning a significant second string to their bow, second income stream. If you are, please message me on WhatsApp and give them the WhatsApp number. So
I was just going to say that whatever you do, if you send them a link, make damn sure you send your telephone number with it.
Yeah. Well, I would send
send the
send it
WhatsApp
personally
number
to
and
them.
send the WhatsApp number and say, get to me on WhatsApp and I'll give you the link.
Okay.
Right.
That's the best.
This has been a lot longer than we thought, guys. Does anyone have a last question before we wrap it up?
Could I ask a quick question, please?
Okay, Barry, you beat him first. Sherry, I haven't noticed, so we'll be back to you in a second. Bally,
Go on, Bailey.
Right, so my quick question for you there, Simon, is I just want to make sure I've got the setup for your 3-way calls okay here, because obviously you're busy. If I'm going on a call with a prospect and I'm keen to get you involved, for say, what's the best setup for you? Do you like some notice in advance so you can prepare for, or am I best just give you a call?
Let's say we talk about Monday, and you're going to be prospecting somebody. I don't know. Let's say you're going to get on the phone and start prospecting at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Give me a quick WhatsApp to say, Simon, just about to be pitching someone heavy. Are you available if I want to do a 3-way?
Right.
End of. I'll come back.
Perfect.
Know that if anyone ever sends me a WhatsApp message, I respond in seconds. So I'll either say yes, or if I'm out, I will say no. I'm having dinner, I'm having lunch, I'm having whatever or whatever. But I will respond straight away.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that.
Okay. Just, Sherry, I'll be with you in 1 second. I'm just going to quickly answer these. Katie said, do you find most people come into the business wanting to trade and not be interested in team building? Yes, we do. Genevieve, you asked the same question. Yes, most people seem to want to trade first of all. But there are still a huge number of people that want to network. Network marketing is one of the fastest growing industries on the planet, faster than Forex. Yeah. So don't underestimate the power of network marketing. Sherry, you had a question.
Yeah, just really, because I started off a few years ago with a product-based company. So obviously went to all of my warm market with that, had some success, not a huge amount. Then I moved into the financial markets and obviously went back to all of those people and said, this is much better. It makes your money work for you. I'm just really stuck at how to go back to them again now with a new opportunity, because this is like the 3rd time, and I've been back to a few of them and they've gone, oh, is this just your next new thing? And I'm like, no, but I mean it is, but it's really, do I just leave my warm market and let them see the results when I've got them? Or?
Yeah, Simon.
Can I answer? Can I answer? Okay, Sherry. A story. So you need to make sure that you've got a message that you can say to your warm market. So give me the first name of one of your warm market.
Helen.
Helen. So you then speak to Helen, you turn around and say, Helen, I know that I've done a couple of opportunities and they haven't quite worked out, but let me tell you what's come across my desk that I've joined, that I've got involved with, and the reason why I got involved with. I've got involved in this company because it's in a product sector worth 6.6 trillion a day, but more to the point, I've partnered with my business partner who's been in the industry for 32 years, has made 14 million. He turned around and said to me, Sherry, go and find your top 3 people. Helen, I thought of you first. Now, it might not be for you, but it might be for you. But I wanted you to let you know so you could say yes or no. Does that sound fair? Then they're going to turn around and say yeah, or they're going to turn around and say, Sherry, behave, go away. At least you know.
Yeah, great. Okay.
You don't ask. If you don't, see, I've always learned if you don't ask, you don't get. Ask.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. But
Perfect.
Sherry, we need to work closer together. So you need to keep in touch with me more often.
Okay, guys, a long call again, 1 hour and 35 minutes. So longer than we expected it to be. So We'll wrap it up for now. As far as we're concerned right now, Monday night we're going to have training with Brandon Boyd. Tuesday we're going to do Must Do Tuesday. Tuesday you need to get, this was meant to be people that just want to build. You need to get everyone on your team on that call. So there's information on that call that we need to tell people that they need to know, where they can find information to learn how to trade, how they can tell their people where to get started. All these things, people were asking me these questions, I've had to touch on them here, right? They should know it anyway. But I'd already said to Simon, when we first started doing Must Do Tuesdays, it was to remind people of these things. So please, please, please push that call. Remember this, the more people that you get on every single call, the more people you're likely to have on the next call. And the calls will grow and your team will grow. And then we get you guys coming to the front, you can take some, you can stop me rabbiting on, you can stop Simon rabbiting on, we can have you guys having your say, put your name in lights, that's what we want to see. But build your teams, build your businesses. That's the whole purpose of this group right now, is to build your businesses. We're here to help.
Okay.
Give us a shout.
Okay, I will say this now. Apart from me and Roger, there's only one other person on this call that's got any of the team on this call. So this is your deal to make sure the next call, you have to get one person in your team on the call to make sure you're moving forward. Otherwise, you're going backwards and you will never, ever get chairman. You've got this. Chairman's down to recruitment, not down to trading. Even Jason Brown doesn't trade anymore. Did he to begin with? Yeah. Does he now? No. He does a bit of crypto, I think. But you need to look at it, judge it on how many people in your team are on this call and how many people you can get in the future. That's the only way you can measure your personal growth. Anyway, I'm done.
I'm going to have one last thing, just because these things keep going on. But I was talking to Daisy a couple of hours ago, and I said, about a year ago, you and I were in London with Cello and Eunice and a couple of others, and we saw Alec Morton for the first time, and he came out with one name that will stick with me forever. And he said, remember Rita, recruiting is the answer. That's what this business is about. Recruiting is the answer. Find as many people as you can. Find the people, put money in your pocket. If you want to trade, great, no problem. Find the people who will give you the money to trade with. Best money you can ever possibly invest is someone else's money. Guys, let's just open it up and let you all say goodbye. And
bye.
See you later, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.